Hello guys, Lit here. So this is a endgame versions of the Spirit Companion build. It's a high budget version one, and if you want something a little bit lower budget or entry level, you can check out my previous video on this build. I do league start this build, so the entry level is definitely a lot cheaper than this. So let's just start a maps and showcasing it, and I will talk about all the changes that I made on the build. And this map that I run will have a lot of effectiveness from the maps, from the tablet. And also I'm running Doriani, this one also give effectiveness, so the monster inside will be a lot tougher than your regular like G15. And also this one have irradiated, and the map boss is also a powerful map boss. So let's just begin. The first thing that I change is this chest over here. Let me get these resources boxes. This chest basically give you a spirit vessel. This is this skill over here, and it basically spawn you like the companion. This is the red bear one that summoned the Fury of the Mountain. And the reason why I go for the Fury of the Mountain is because this bear for some reason is really slow for whatever reason. So I try to put in like something like a Fury Slam, so you know, kind of try to cover as much area as you can, but it just moved very slow. And then I decided to just go for the Fury of the Mountain, and this basically make the companion doesn't really have to like travel that much in order to like, you know, do something with it. And that's the reason for the Fury of the Mountain. You can try Fury Slam and all that stuff. I think Lance also tried with Walking Calamity. I never able to make it cast the Walking Calamity, so I don't know what's going on there. But I'm using Fury of the Mountain with the Calm Madness. It will spawn like a lot of this fissure. It will helps a lot in like playing like the small one, the smaller monster, and let the rest of the pack handle like the bigger one. There's someone in circle here, like we can do that one. And you can also see that the build is actually pretty tanky. Like I can actually just run around and, you know, just ignore a lot of things. And this is simply because apparently loyalty is stacked. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 40% damage taken from your companion instead of you, and there's also 15% here, so it's like 55% damage coming in from hits is taking to your companion, and that's like a lot of damage reductions. I'm not sure if this is what they intended. Like, it seems so broken to me because I tried without the loyalty. I mean, this character is pretty tanky, but with the loyalty stuff, I mean, it's just take it like it just take the tankiness to like another level. So basically the loyalty, because it's stacked, just put it on all your companion. I put it on everything else except for like the bear, the monkey, and the wolf, because they are my damage dealer. So I want the support jump there. But on everything else, you can put the loyalty, and you will be significantly tanky than before. And the next one that I changed is this Scepter. Now I have level 21. It's just a little bit upgrade, a little bit more damage for the wolf.
Come on now, let's end this.
And then a helmet. This is also a new helmet. Plus 2 minion skill with as much energy shield I can get. Not too big of energy shield. This was at T1, T2, T3. So this is a little bit room of improvement here. We can get a little bit more. We can get a little bit more energy shield from there. But the spirit reservation is really important because it allows me to take ghost dance, and ghost dance is really nice for defense. Like for example, like right now my ES is getting hit, and it will going to consume the ghost dance when I get hit, and it will regen back the energy shield. And especially after the nerf on the energy shield this league, which make it like recover a lot slower and a lot longer. So having a ghost dance is really nice. And another addition is this ring over here. This is a really nice ring, and I talked in my previous video on how you can scale the minion damage. I like the cooldown recovery mod. You don't really have to, like this is a very rare mod, and it takes me a while to get them. It costs me a lot of currency, and I don't think I cannot find a single one on the market, so I have to make it myself. So this is quite painful to do, and the cooldown recovery just basically allow the eternal hunt from the wolf to basically you can keep clicking it every time it duration ends, because the durations of the wolf is 8 seconds. So every time the 8 second ends, you're already able to like do the another hunt again. And also the cooldown recovery also apply to, like, for example, the monkey, and the monkey basically do more of the skill rather than just a normal attack. And the skill is the one that did a lot of damage. So I like the cooldown recovery here. But once again, if this is too hard to get, just get something else's. You don't really have to go for this, but I like this cooldown recovery on the ring. And the amulet is still the same. What else? I do define my mage blood. I'm going for the quicksilver, so I basically move with 60% speed, which is nice. And then, yeah, I mean that's basically it for the weapon, I guess. The Laviana spirit is not really necessary. You can just use normal flask. It doesn't really matter. And let me finish this map so we can talk about the passive tree and stuff. From the skill, I think it's the same thing from the skill. I do use like this minion splash on like the secondary minion, secondary companion, for example, like the bear, and then I think we can do the big boom here. I use the big boom for the expedition, so it's getting a little, so it's like a bit faster, basically. So let's just detonate it. So I do a lot of these minion splash on like the wolf pack, the Dartas, the plague harvester. It's just to help with like a little bit small, like it's just to help for like a small monster, because that is the one that kind of annoying when you try to clear fast. And one thing that I knew is probably this one, the plague harvester. The plague harvester, before I use Quadilla with extra fish aura, I decided to remove it because we already have more than enough DPS. I don't think we need that aura, and it's also 20% increase, so it's not really that big of a multiplier anyway. And this was coming in. Let me apply the mark. There we go. And then I decided to go for the Plague Harvester with the Invulnerable Aura. So Invul Aura is also applied to you. Now, this one is the Empower versions. I don't know if this is also applied to you. I assume it does. And this one basically make you invulnerable for 5 seconds, and the cooldown is 12 seconds. Now, when I count on this, I do test this before. After your invulnerable ends, you have around like 7 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds, until the invulnerable aura casts again. So it seems that the cooldown recovery rate here is also affecting the cooldown of the invulnerable aura. So it's nice, it keeps the minion or the companion alive, and as long as your companion alive, you are really tanky. The only time where this build feels squishy is when your companion start to die. And as long as your companion not dying, you're basically fine. And the last one is probably the werewolf here. I add with the elemental resistant aura. This is not the mod that I exactly want. I want elemental resist aura and all damage shield, but Trail of Ice I think is good enough. It's not really that bad. But with the elemental resistance, it's basically allow me to like kind of cap the resistance, like most of the resistance of the minion. Like the monkey have like 75 cap, and I don't even have to take like these 2 nodes over here. I don't have to take any elemental resistance node. And this is also because of the ring. I have 22 elemental resistance here. It's getting reflect, so I get like 44%. And elemental resistance here is not like ideal per se. Ideally, you want something like attack speed and critical damage. I think that is the best combination. The problem is just, and this kind of ring, you get it from Genesis 3, and it's really, really hard to get like a proper one. So this one have almost all the mod that I need. It have like maximum life. It have a runic ward, it have the attack speed, elemental resistance, cooldown recovery. The only mod that I wish the different is the mana. I wish that was evasion, but it's not really that important of the mod, so I don't really bother with it. But everything about this ring is a stat that I want on my build. So this is a really, really good ring. It's taken me a couple of days to farm for this. I think I spent like, I don't know, a few 100,000 like hive blood to like try to get this one. Anyway, that's basically about the items and the skill tree. And you will see Attender Sleep here. This is not necessary. It just helped me move around. Like in a certain situation, I can just jump on the platform or like jump down. Or like if there is a rift, I can jump over it. That's just a nice movement skill, like to avoiding certain terrain. It's not really necessary. And the Ritzy actually can be useful if you want to. You can actually take these 2 nodes over here, so you can get the From Nothing Jewel from the Bulwark. You can get the 40% increased damage here, and you can also get allies in your present regen 5 rage per second as long as you get rage, and you get rage by actually hit using your Thunder Sleep. and you basically do not need the rage 3 on your gem. And it's also give you power to the smaller minion because small minion is using minions plus. And the reason why I do not want to go for that route is because it's more button, it's more thing I need to do. And when I play minion build, most of the time I just want to chill. That's the reason I don't go for that, but you definitely can go for it. Like this node over here, like 16%, 40%, and this one give rates. This is a very, very good node for minion build. Other thing about the passive tree, I basically decide to just put into here. And if you want to follow this one, you have to be very careful with your attribute, because this attribute that I have is exactly the amount of attribute that I need. 157 dexterity, 122 intelligence, and 80 strength. So this two node here is not even a waste because I do need the intelligence. And putting to the top basically allow us to like take all of this node without have to use from nothing jewel. So you can use your from nothing jewel for something else. For example, like I mentioned earlier on this area over here. And another thing about this cluster over here, it is a very, very strong cluster. Like the critical damage bonus here, and the critical chance here help you cap your critical chance for your monkey, because I'm using the super critical. It does reduce your crit chance by a little bit. So this node over here and this one basically make it the monkey cap the crit back to 100 again. And the bottom here is really nice to give your minion chaos resistance, which is pretty hard to get. And this one is really, really strong because it regen your minion 3% of their life per second. This is really, really strong. And a lot of Spiritwalker build that I see is using From Nothing here. I think Gazi is the first one to start it, so the price of the From Nothing jewel on this one is just really, really expensive. So with this setup, I don't have to care about that one. I don't have to spend that much money on the From Nothing jewel, and I can just use the From Nothing jewel here if I want to. Like, that's an option I decided not to go to because I think the DPS is more than good enough. And the anointment, I'm still anointing the gigantic here. This is still the best one. And then I buy the Prism of Belief. This is a +2, and the +2 is really expensive. And I just don't think that I want to spend that much money. I think I buy this one around like 60 or 70 divine. And +3, last time I checked, is like 500 or like something ridiculous like that. I just don't think it's worth one level. Like +2 is more than good enough. I think you can even get away with like a jewel like this. Jewel like this is expensive, don't get me wrong. This jewel is at least 10 div in the baseline before you define it. And this is not a perfect define, it's a pretty good one for DPS. This jewel is not cheap, but it is a lot cheaper than Prism of Belief. I think you probably can get away without using the Prism of Belief because the monkey is so strong. Another thing about this is, I think that's about it. It's still pretty much the same. Like the evasion and stuff. Oh yeah, and also the this chest give you deflection rating per 50 missing energy shield, and I have like 3,700. So the more energy you have, the more deflection rating you're going to have, the more damage reduction you're going to have, and include that with the loyalty stacking and stuff. This character is just feel really, really tanky. Like I showed you guys earlier, I can just go inside the map and I can explain things. I don't have to care about what happened in the screen. The minion does take care of a lot of things, but the character itself can take quite a lot of hits. This is the character right now, and I think I will just stay this way, and I will use my currency for the next build. I'm still kind of thinking about what next build I want to play. Kind of want to revisit Lich again, but I'm not really sure. I've been playing Lich for like a lot of time since 0.1, so I will think about it. If you guys have any suggestion on what build that I should look into, let me know in the comment. The next video probably more about currency making. I make quite a lot of currency by just going into the map. I mean, this league is a really nice league to get the currency. Like, I still have 120 divine here. I still have my perfect extra perfect chaos. I still haven't sold a lot of things. Yeah, there's a bunch of things here that I haven't sold. Like, I got plenty of this fragment I haven't really sold too. And then there is like the unique boss have additional modifier. This one is pretty expensive. I'm probably going to use it myself at some point. I kind of too lazy to like kind of farm for the monkey, just because the monkey is already really, really strong, so there's not really a need for it. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things they haven't sold, and I still have enough currency to like buy all of this stuff. Like, a lot of this stuff is not exactly cheap, and the next video probably going to explain about how I generate all my currency. I don't really feel like there's a need to, like, for example, I see a lot of people doing temple, but then it get nerfed, and I also see a lot of people running for expeditions. I try expedition a little bit, but I don't really vibe with expedition. I don't know why. It's a pretty fun mechanic. It's just I think I just like to map for now, and maybe at some point after I get like tired from mapping, I will go back to expedition, something like that. But yeah, I think that's it from me from this video. And after this, it's just min maxing what you can get. For examples like the Prism of Belief from +2 to +3. You get voices and all that stuff, like ridiculously expensive stuff. If you want to go that route, so be it. For me, I don't really think I need to go that route. There's not really a need for it. You basically one-shot everything already. So yeah. So I think that's it. So as usual, if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment below, and I will try my best to answer it. So thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.